And it gets worse because literally yesterday, do you remember this girl, Ava, this trans girl, Flacco, who was on Speed Stream? She was on Aiden Ross, etc.
Yeah.
This is mind-blowing, and you guys are all going to get to see this when it comes out of the clip in a couple weeks or a week or whatever. I'm sitting there talking to her, and she's talking about something about, people talking shit or people trolling you online, and I just say, yeah, I've been dealing with it today. I got some fucking idiot just trolling the shit out of me or whatever. And she immediately goes, China Mac. And I'm like, oh, she saw it on my story earlier today, whatever. She reveals that right before China Mac started managing Crip Mac, China Mac was trying to start an all trans record label. This is a real thing that she told me. His big plan for how he was going to profit off the culture before the Crip Mac thing, which he ended up resorting to, was to start a trans record label.
TS Records is crazy.
I'm just saying, this is the level of desperation that is oozing out of the shiny-faced pores of somebody like China Mac. It's just fucking sad, and it's desperate. And now you have somebody like me who really has actually invested a lot of money into Crip Mac and has done everything possible for him for all these years. Where did China Mac go? As soon as Crip Mac caught this case, China Mac was out of here. He has no reason to be in California. He fled back to the East Coast as soon as Crip Mac caught this case. And now he's out here virtue signaling and trying to act like he's ever done something for Crip Mac. You have never done anything for Crip Mac aside from stand next to him in some fucking vlogs, which, by the way, my boy Remo is the one who thought up the concepts for every single episode of Mac Ventures, and he's not involved anymore because, once again, China Mac is a scammer and didn't ever pay him the money that he was supposed to get paid, which was also the story that Ava, the trans girl from the China Mac record label, told me, is that part of the reason why her relationship fell out with China Mac was because of the fact that he didn't pay the video director and all these other people that were doing business for this trans woman. So I say all that to say, dude is a scammer, dude is a fake gangster, and dude is virtue signaling off of claiming to have helped Crip Mac when in reality, he never did anything for him besides take his 20% and keep it moving. And he wasn't even able to get Crip Mac move it in such a way that he wouldn't end up back in federal prison because, as we all know, he has now caught a case as a result of the fact that China Mac and other people in his life were not around.
Talk about desperation. I mean, China Mac, you're trying to start up that type of record label. How about you be successful yourself, being able to push a few records, right? Usually people who are successful in recording records or they got a history in the music industry, then they do a record label. So I think China Mac, I understand you got this crazy idea you were trying to do with Ava. Maybe you got to start succeeding step 1 first before you try to go to step 10. But then we got to call out China Mac. Come on. You're not paying people for their work? You heard what Adam22 said. Apparently, one of No Jumper's employees, Rimo, was busy detailing, I think, producing a lot of these episodes, right? The storyline, how it goes for the Mac Ventures YouTube channel, which is, right, features China Mac and Crip Mac. But then China Mac wouldn't pay Rimo for that work, so then Rimo started to not work with him anymore. Okay, that's pretty trashy. I mean, you got to pay people for their work, but then I get it. You use until you use, right? That's the hustler mentality. You're trying to basically, think short-term, not long-term. And even you working with this individual named Ava for your particular label idea, and you don't pay that person? Okay, whatever. To be honest, it's like, get it how you live it, but come on. You got to think long-term, China Mac. But then again, he probably doesn't have much long as he feels, right? Isn't this guy like 40 plus, 50 plus? We really don't want to see 60-year-old rappers, right? The only time you see 60-year-old rappers, if it's like a gimmick, right? I think on World Star or certain websites, they would have like these really retired people rapping violent lyrics, and except they have like an English or a British accent. So it's a little gimmicky, right? You just want to see like a car crash. But do people want to see car crashes every day? I don't know. That could be a question for yourself.